Good afternoon. My name is Mandy Garza at National American University, and today's topic will be on the reflection of the course that I took this quarter and how it has given me more knowledge, how it has changed my views of international trade, and to see your perspectives as well. First off, we'll be talking about the table of contents, the graduation education, how the class has helped me, blended learning environment, concepts, opinions, and would this class benefit other students? Graduate education. What is graduate education? Graduate education is once you have received your bachelor's degree and you feel that you need to pursue a higher education, and that's where a master's program comes in or a doctoral program comes in. That is considered a graduate education, and currently most of my classmates and myself are pursuing that at the moment. Have I myself reached that point? Yes, of course. Like I just mentioned, not only me, but most of my classmates that have been in this class have reached that point because they want to succeed further. Obviously, we have grasped the concept of what business is. Now we're just trying to incorporate it into the real world and put actual life situations into play to see what kind of reaction we would do. Sorry. How the class helped me. It has taught me the basics of international law. It has taught me how to assess scenarios that would happen in the real world, interact with various people around the country, and what kind of laws they follow, and giving me more knowledge of international relationships. First of all, I was clueless on knowing anything about international law. And here, I'm from America, so I basically know the basic common sense of some trade laws and, of course, our criminal justice laws. But when it really comes to international laws, it's very tricky. You really have to know what kind of laws and policies or rules and regulations you're dealing with when it comes to international, because whatever may be correct here in our country may be totally opposite in another country. So this is why the class has really helped me, because it has taught me at least the basic foundation of international law and how I can use that to at least know somewhat on how to start if I were to ever be in the position of being interacting with someone from a different country. And of course, assess scenarios, because I mean, whatever I have received from my classmates or from you, from the professor, I have learned to put it into a real world situation. I may not have the most experience when it comes to traveling or really dealing with any kind of relationships internationally, but at least I have a concept of knowing what to do and how to do it if I were ever presented with it. And I think that's really good. I put interact with various people because majority of the classmates that I have, we live here in America, but some of them live out of state. They're not all from the state that I am from, and majority of them have traveled around the world to different various countries, so they have experienced a different uh, background and culture, and of course the laws are very much different. And I've learned from them on what the do's and don'ts from a different country. So I think that has really helped me a lot also. And of course, it's given me more knowledge of international relationships, because I had maybe like a level from 0 to 10, maybe like a 2 on knowing what to do when it came to international relationships. So this class has really helped me to boost up my knowledge on that. Your basics of international law are relationships between multiple nations, including the United States. You have different types of conventions, treaties, rules, laws, and agreements. And of course, you have various organizations. International law, it's something worldwide. It's just not the United States. It's the United States, Mexico, Canada. Everywhere you go in a different part of the world, you're going to have some sort of international law to abide by, and especially when it comes to trading. And like, for example, the United States has an agreement with Mexico and Canada, since they are neighbor countries. They have a certain agreement when it comes to the trading of products and services. Of course, you have the conventions, treaties, rules, laws, and agreements, and of course, organizations like the WTO, the GATT, the regional, and the other organizations that are out there that help when it comes to international law. For example, here you have, at least for here for the United States, you have the Constitution. We have our judicial, our three branches, and then from there, each branch goes down to judicial, the president's legislative, statutes, and our executive orders. And at the very bottom, you have those who are governed, which are people, corporations, organizations. You know, anybody who gives power to these here in the middle. The two things that I learned from this class were the foreign direct investment, known as the FDI. Of course, it's an investment, it's a foreign affairs, it's a global economic, and it damages to the foreign country within the economic could occur. Foreign direct investment is a very positive thing, at least for the United States, because it helps us grow in economical status. It gives us opportunities to give other people jobs and such. But yet, with any kind of positive, you always have a negative. It's just unbearable. You can't have a positive without having a negative. And our negative here for this one would be the damages to the foreign country within the economy, within the economy. So it's just something to look into. And here, as you can see, you have a diagram that shows how the FDI works. Here you have in the middle the theories of FDI. It could be from market power to market imperfections to internalization, internal product life. You know, it just varies. It depending how you use it, what type of company uses it, or corporation uses it, or even in general the government. So you just have to know how FDI is defined in order to make sure that it's being used properly. And if it's being used properly, it could really benefit any nation that is using it. But at the same time, if you don't know how it works and you're not benefiting out of it, then there's no point in using it, and there's no point in even having it within that country. Or it can just, you continue to use it and it could still hurt your country. These are my personal opinions. I would say that I learned a lot when it came to international law. I've grasped various concepts of it. As you can see, I mentioned two of them. I would highly recommend this course for the reason being that if you have no knowledge of international business, trade, laws, or anything like that, then this is a class to take, especially if you feel like you're going into management or international relationships or international business, whatever international, this is a course to take because at least it gives you the basic foundation of what international law is. Also, interaction was great. I interacted with the professor perfectly fine. When it came to our discussions, the vice versa for my classmates, I learned a lot of stuff from them, especially since some of them were from a different state and they did travel, so I got to know what places they traveled to and got to learn some of the rules that were applied in that country, which was really fun. Also, I learned from various people in the different processes and nations, like I mentioned just a little while ago. So I would say that this class has really taught me, and I've gained more knowledge, and I hope to use that knowledge sooner than later before I forget. The benefit of this would be anyone going into some type of management within a large or famous company would definitely benefit from this course. Like I mentioned, if you're going into international relations, international management, or anything like that, this course is to take, and this is exactly here you would benefit out of. And of course, my references at the end. Thank you.